Good morning, everybody, from the C team on this Monday morning, the 14th of April. Brief update on the markets. A lot of volatility over the last few weeks, and advisors and clients just really asking for some guidance in that space. The last week, after a very turbulent beginning to April, the US stock market did see some signs of recovery, and it ended the week quite strongly with the S&P up 5.7% after a 9.1% loss the week before. The Dow Jones gained 5% and the Nasdaq leaped a massive 7.3%. So that was their best gain since November 2023, best weekly gains. And then also on Friday, the White House revealed significant tariff relief, specifically for essential electronics such as phones and laptops. But although President Trump said it's only a temporary measure, and that they will be applying a different specific levy to the sector in the future, this announcement certainly boosted the tech sector, with stock like Apple and Nvidia gaining significantly on Friday. Contributing to the upbeat trend, Susan Collins, president of the Boston Fed, further calmed investors by affirming that central banks would take the necessary actions to ensure financial steadiness. Trump is currently engaging with negotiations with countries like Vietnam, India, South Korea, and Japan, and it seems he's prioritizing existing trading partners that are strategic to countering China. On the back of all this volatility, the US 10-year bond yield had its biggest weekly gain since 2001, and we're seeing continuous pressure on the dollar as the dollar index continues to drop. China said that it will raise tariff on all US imports to 125% from today, and it is expected that China will look to offset the negative impact of these higher tariffs through more fiscal stimulus, which have got some room to do. European stock markets ended the day down on Friday, concluding a turbulent and highly unstable week. I think there's just real growing concern there around potential trade conflict between the US and China intensifying. Back on home soil, the ZAR unfortunately was one of the worst performing emerging market currencies in the last week. It's currently trading at $19.06. 19 Rand and 6 cents to the dollar, my apologies. The ANC and top brass will meet today after engaging over the weekend with the DA, the EFF and the MK, and it looks like there's just zero support for a VAT hike, and in all likelihood the ANC will withdraw that proposed VAT hike on 1 May. Regarding the stability of the GNU, the ANC and the DA both released statements over the weekend that they had frank and honest and constructive engagement on the way forward for the GNU. On related news, US President Donald Trump has threatened a no-show for the G20 Leaders Summit set to take place in SA later in the year. On the commodity front, gold price has been shattering records, as we know. Bit of a reprieve last week, a bit of outflows in March from gold ETFs, but continuing to make those new highs, currently trading at $3,227. Brent crude is at $64.50 to a barrel, and the week ahead has started on a positive note this morning, with futures in Asia firmly in the green. So we do expect a slightly more positive week, hopefully a bit more volatility, hopefully a bit more positive tariff headline news. And we're also seeing a lot of earnings reportings coming out this week, which will give the market some direction, with the likes of Louis Vuitton kicking it off today. Have a fantastic week ahead, and we'll chat again soon. All the best from the C team.